treats? Sit. Good boy. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Genevieve Scholl, a self-published author for over 10 years now. And today we're just going to talk about some updates. So, first of all, Vlogmas was a fail. Not surprised. I was doing good for, the first I think it was 13 or 14 days. I was fine. And then I had editing program issues, so I missed 2 days. Then I ran out of content, so I've missed, I don't even know how many days now since I posted the last one. But it's over. Vlogmas is over. But it was a fun experiment. And it was a lot more successful than NaNoWriMo, so. So basically Vlogmas is over, which means I am now going back to a actual schedule. And after looking at my videos that I did post for Vlogmas and the ones that captured your guys' attention and things, when I looked at the statistics for the videos and things, it seems like you guys really enjoy it when videos are posted on Tuesdays. So from now on, I'm going to be doing a weekly writing vlog on Tuesdays. Now I may post other content if something comes up that is worth posting, but I'm not going to post a writing vlog twice a week like I was doing, simply because I am not a full-time writer. So posting twice a week, I don't really feel that I have content for you guys that is entertaining enough to watch. So I don't want to be posting just to post. So I'm going to be posting on Tuesdays. I'm going to be doing a weekly writing vlog. My big baby. Come on. So that's update number 1. Update number 2 is on my genre experiment. I worked on 3 genres in the last 4 days. They were, actually, let me rephrase. I worked on 2, and I'm going to work on a 3rd one today. The genre that I pulled out of the cup was the bear shifters, so paranormal basically, but I already know that it's going to be bear shifters. So that's what I'm going to be working on today in just a moment. And that provides a perfect segue into update number 3. And that is that I am starting a second podcast. If you don't know, I already have one, which is somewhat new. It's only on its 3rd or 4th episode. But that one is about the emotion behind books. And I wanted a more, I wanted a podcast with a more centralized theme. I am very into paranormal and supernatural things. I'm gonna say this right here and now. If this loses me subscribers, it loses me subscribers, because I'd rather you be here only if you're comfortable. I am very into paranormal and supernatural things. I watch supernatural shows. I listen to supernatural podcasts. Sometimes I even look for supernatural headlines. Things like that, and like tarot readings and things are going to creep into my videos. It's not going to be all the time, but stuff like that is going to creep into my videos, as well as some LGBTQ and other topics. Now, if you are uncomfortable with any of these topics and cannot look past them, cannot fast forward through those points and watch the rest of the content, leave. Because several reasons. It's going to keep happening. I'm not going to stop posting that stuff because it's part of me. It's part of who I am. Also, I do not want to see comments. Just a little soapbox thing here. I do not want to see comments on my YouTube videos degrading, discriminating, or anything like that against anybody and their lifestyle. Now, to each their own. If you are uncomfortable with those things, I understand. But when it turns from uncomfortable to disrespectful, I do not want it on my YouTube. That's my PSA for the day. So if you're not comfortable with any of those topics and cannot look past them to watch the rest of my content, feel free to unsubscribe. I would love to keep you as subscribers. I love subscribers, but please just unsubscribe if you're not comfortable with it, because I don't want comments and things disrespecting anybody. This new podcast, this supernatural paranormal podcast, is probably going to start, I don't have an official date yet, but it's probably going to start in February, only because most of the people that have agreed to be interviewed, most of the authors that have agreed to be interviewed, need to wait until after the holiday season, which is totally understandable. But then I'm also going on vacation for a week in January for my birthday. So instead of trying to force all that stuff into the week or week and a half that is left of January, I'm just going to probably start it in February. So look for that announcement when I know official date of when that podcast is going to start. And if you are an author of supernatural or paranormal books, can be anything, werewolves, vampires, ghosts, witches, whatever, as long as it's paranormal or supernatural, and you want to be on my podcast, please feel free to comment and I will get in touch. Okay, so that's all the updates. Now I'm going to get to writing because I only have about an hour and a half maybe to write before lunch, and then I have to do my day job stuff. So let's get going. Alright, done writing. I wrote about 600 words, which is great. A little bit of background on this. It is a bunch of female bear shifters who all have female children. And they all have abusive pasts in some way. So they have come together to they're kind of using each other to strengthen and get over the trauma of their abuse. It is going to have romance in it, so at some point, the theme of the whole thing is going to include men. But I don't want it to be happening too soon because I want them to work on their own strengths first before they think about romance. So obviously, like usual, I'm going to bring in the male lead, the love interest. But I'm going to try to make it as much of a slow burn romance as I can without getting boring. I know they're bear shifters and, animal magnetism and all that good stuff, but I don't want them to just see a guy and latch on. You know what I mean? I want them to be cautious and, because of their past. So we'll see how that's going to go. One of them may actually end up being a lesbian romance. I haven't decided yet. One of the bear shifters is kind of coming off in that way, but I want to explore her a little bit more, so we'll see. Now, I realized before I started writing that I mentioned that I had worked on 2 other genres over the weekend, but I never mentioned how they went. So they were a thriller and a literary fiction. The thriller, I got about 550 words, if I remember correctly. I don't have my notebook in front of me. The literary fiction, I only got about 265-ish. Because I've never written literary fiction before, and the way I'm doing this is, in case you didn't know, literary fiction, it's more important to how the story is told rather than the plot, and it's very character driven. So it's more dialogue than it is narrative, and I had to come up with kind of a spin on how to tell the story to make it interesting and different. So because we're in the midst of the P word, I did a plot line of it, the world being in the midst of that kind of thing, but worse. I haven't decided if it's a disease or what the deal is. It's not actually the C word, but I'm just kind of bringing that theme into it. But basically it's like 10 times worse than what we're going through, in that everybody has to stay in their house. They're not allowed to leave at any point. Everybody has to live with just family. If anybody had roommates, they got split up and sent to their families, things like that. The government delivers the food and other rations. And the only platform for any kind of interaction with other people is social media. So I'm telling it in the way that my main character runs a vlog, like we do. So the introduction was one of her vlogs, so it was all dialogue except for a couple of lines. I haven't decided whether it's going to be just in her point of view, or if I'm going to have it in other, like her viewers' point of view as well. So I kind of, the word count's a little fudged in a way, because I kind of wrote it in both. I kind of wrote it in her point of view, but then, like if I said, like one of the lines that wasn't dialogue said something about she leaned to the camera. So I said lean to the camera or screen in order to have that option when I decide whose point of view it's going to actually be in. So literary fiction is not easy. Don't let anybody tell you literary fiction is easy. But I did enjoy it. So hopefully that will come up again and I'll be able to write a little bit more. I did that yesterday, Sunday night, after being out for most of the day, so I wasn't really feeling it anyway, so the word count's not really all that surprising. The thriller word count actually was surprising, because I was originally going to, the story that I was originally going to do for Nano, which was a dark romance, I was going to turn into a thriller. That is math I don't want to do, but anyway, so I was originally going to say, well, that's going to be my thriller that I'm going to work on for this genre experiment. Didn't happen that way. Just kind of started typing and something else came out. So it was I don't know if she's my main character yet, actually. It was just a private school student being chased. That's the 550 some odd words that I wrote. So I don't really know where that one's going, but it was fun to write. And it was surprising that I could write it. I thought thriller was going to be one of the difficult ones. I didn't think I would be able to make it suspenseful enough, but I sent it to my critique partner and she actually said she could picture it all and she felt it was very suspenseful. So we'll see how that goes too. So that's my update. That's my writing for today. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, please give it that big thumbs up. And if you have not already, I would love it for you to be a subscriber and to hit that bell to get notifications when I post my weekly writing vlogs. So I'll see you guys next week. Bye!